What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Impossible Game Challenges Daily. You know, I'm not really in love with how I said that, but we're gonna send it. How far did I get last time? Looks like we're on... Oh, I got a bunch of them. Let's do... Oh, can I not see you guys' scores? Interesting. How about Oversight Terminal Model 6? So, what's the deal here? We are looking at... We get boxes, computers, and keyboards. We're making that thing from the first level that we destroyed. Okay, so... How we gonna do this one? I'm foreseeing an option where we could build the little 2-block keyboard thing. I think this needs 3 welders currently, because we have to weld up downy ways and acrossly ways. So I think we're gonna need at least 3. You go there. So like, because we need to do that part, but we also need to do this part. Because I still can't move blocks vertically. So, I'm foreseeing we make this... What would be the way... Should I assemble all the parts separately and then smoosh them together, you think? So like I get 2 keyboards, 6 computers. Or I could make 3 logs of computers and then dump them downly ways to make a stack. Let's go around here. Okay, so if I make a log of 3, let's get rid of these. A 3-block long log of these guys, and then behind it a 3-block long log of the computer monitors, and then behind that another 3-block long log of computer monitors, then they could all fall into position. Let's see, how would that look? So that would need 2 welders like that, kind of, and then a 3rd one here. So we run them by these 2 to make the logs and then drop them. That would make the assembly. How do I get this front piece on? That might be where the mobile welder needs to come in. Because then if it could then come and loop around the structure, that might do it. Yeah, if we loop it around the structure. But then, okay, how would these weld... Okay, these need to weld to the table before I drop the other guys on. I think we can do that. I think we moved the 3-block long log in. Send this around to weld the table to this thing. Yeah, that'll work in theory. Let's see. One, 2, 3. These things are symmetric, right? I think so, yeah. So there's that. I also want a flip-flop. Let's put it like on the friggin' ceiling. Space is going to be a little bit limited in this one. which is why I'm connecting shit to the ceiling. I think I need to drop it by one more. Oh, wait. There we go. And then do that. Oh, and then you need to be supported. So after we get 3 of these... Yeah, there we go. So then I can put the sensor here. And that will force this one on. There we go. And then same for these other 2. We need 2 keyboards. So that needs the sensor here. And there's the piston. Connect that. And then I don't think I can copy paste things. But I can just rebuild the same thing. So that would be for the middle one. And then... Oops. There's a ledge up here. So there's more space up here if I really run out of space. That's good. We might need that. Hey, it's good. I just started. This level, I don't know, have you gotten to this one yet? We're making this thing with like 2 keyboards, 3 desks. Oh, let me get rid of these welders. And 6 monitors. I'm thinking the way to do it, after, you know, a little bit of thought, is to put welders in this kind of shape, because we need vertical and horizontal welding. Send in this 3 long piece, and then get these 2 in position. Use conveyor belts to move the welders all around the thing. Then park them back here. Then drop this down by 1, bring in a row of monitors. Drop it down by 1 again, bring in another row of monitors. That's what I'm thinking. So I was going to try to get that first part set up. So here's the desks, here's the monitors, here's the keyboards. And I've made my flip-flops up here to restrict the input. Ooh, this needs to be 1 over. And then 1 forwards. There we go. Box there. The sensor's gonna go here. And that is going to keep this one activated. Okay, but before we do that though, I got this one to work. So you remember this that we did with the big fucking mess that I made where this thing goes in and out. So we run the thrusters along the bottom of the welder, the bottom of the 3D print head, and then send that one around, and then move the 3D print head. But after doing that, I fiddled around with it a bit more and got it to work with just the 3D print head. So the solution, like you were thinking, was to put the belts in the middle and then have the 3D print head go around the outside. So to facilitate that, I made the print head this like question mark shape. So the 2 welders from the bottom there, and then the 2 welders trace out exactly where these conveyor belts and rotators are, because the one sticks forward. So it kind of parks in place right there. The I have the pieces delayed sort of, so there they go. For some reason that I don't remember, this side had to finish after that side was in place, so I have those get delayed a little bit. And then they both end up in place just like that. That activates the print head, so it comes around like this. And that welds the whole thing together just like that. So I got it with just the one. I didn't have to run stuff under the welder and then also run the welder around. I got it all to work on just the one. So I'm pretty pleased with this. Yep, I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's definitely, you can tell the second time I do it because it comes out a lot cleaner than the first time. But also I was also thinking about, should I go back and optimize levels that use 3 welders to get them down to 2 once we get vertical movement? I think no, because the challenge is how many welders does it take to beat Infinifactory, right? Oh, speaking of, let me get my welder count up. And the first time you get to that level, you're not going to have that ability, so you can't beat the... Like, if I went back and revised one of the 3s down to 2, that'd be using future tech that I shouldn't have. So it wouldn't actually be possible to beat the level with that strategy when you first got to it. And I don't think you could go and unlock the other stuff if you aren't... you know what I mean? So that's my reasoning. Let's just like block this one off for now and just like not worry about it. We'll deal with you later. Right now I want to make a sort of 3 block long log of these things. And so 1, 2, I'll figure out the details of this later. These need to be on a belt. Okay, so we need a block here. So that makes a 3 block long log. Now the next thing I'd like to do is make a 2 block long of these and park them in these 2 slots. Nope, not yet. Like here and here. Like that, right? And then I would like to send the welder around. Ooh, but that is going to weld these to the floor. Unless only the top 2 welders were mobile. So like if we do this, right? So now those top 2 are not connected to the bottom one. I could just send this guy around. In theory. So that makes the shape I want. Now I need some way to send these welders to here-ish. I think we can do that with the rotators. Which way are they going to rotate? The wrong way. Well, no, is that the right way? That's the right way. So we add another one here. How are you doing today? I told you I was just super tired yesterday, so I'm doing a lot better on that front. So if I add a little pillar here, I can use that to push it like with a piston or something. So I believe that will make the weld I want. We just have to activate it. Nice! Have fun! So what we can do is... Oh, you can rotate these. Is put a sensor, an up-downy ways sensor right there. That will detect when these guys are in place, and we should send the welders around. That's an eviscerator. I don't think we need eviscerators for this map, so we'll not use those. Now if I do this, it's going to be stuck to that piston. Which game is this? I said nice, but I don't actually know what you're talking about. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. I know that one. Like I said, that one seems stressful. I think if I played it, I'd be the one that explodes. Oh, man. But yeah, the, what a neat game. So I'm trying to think of how to push this with this. I guess I could like build it off-centered. Put that. I guess I should say every time I've seen it played, it seems very stressful. Even from the beginning, but perhaps that more reflects on who I'm watching play it. Let's see. If I put that going that way. Because what I could do here... There's not a ton of room, unfortunately. I could move this all out one. Oh, I learned that there is, in fact, a select a bunch of things at once tool. It's this one. I didn't know there was one. But it turns out, yeah, there is. I'm just stupid. So, pretty good. I moved this all out. There we go. I suppose that's fair, yeah. Just having a I want to say skill gap, but that's not quite the right word. Difficulty gap, maybe? Get rid of these. Skill gap is more like the difference between... Yeah, skill ceiling. That's what I'm thinking of more so. We lost one. Oh, it's because I moved this out. That should fix it. Okay, everything's in place. Now, because I've moved that out, this piston can actually go here. And then I'll support it on this wire for now. So that means these can have a stack there. And now they're in place to get pushed by the piston. So, this sensor, let's swap the eviscerator, can go here. And when that fires, it should activate the piston and push the welder. There it goes. Okay, that works, but I also need it to weld these two. Oop. Now, I believe it won't be able to make the turn if I just do this. Oh, you know how we can fix that, though, is... do that, do that. How do we make it hit this rotator? I guess like this. Does that work? So there it goes. Rotate, slide forward. Oh no, it gets stuck looping. We can fix that. Just put the block there instead. Wait, it'll get stuck though. So that moves. Rotate that, slide forward. That makes that weld. That makes that weld. That makes all the welds I want it to. Now it's a matter of how do I get it back into this spot here. I think we can do it though, just sort of bring it around town. So which way are we facing right now? I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which way we're facing, I just need to rotate it twice, right? How does it end up after doing this? That should be like that. Rotate it there. Send it this way. Rotate it again. Right there. Send it that. I think that... Okay, I think this makes those welds. Now, I've also made a cacophony of madness. So we'll have to, work around that. Oh, now it's wibbly. Okay, we can fix the wobbling by putting a block there. So now it'll hit this block and not be able to continue. Okay, so that gets the welder not reset. Why are you not reset? Oh, because you should rotate that way. Okay. And you're still not resetting because the piston's still extended. Okay, we can fix that. So what that needs is one of these mechanisms. Let's put this like way over here. I'm worried about running out of space, so. We can have a piston and then a block here with a sensor behind it, and it sits on a block, and when it gets pushed it knocks onto a little course. Also, the sensor should actually be here. So when we hit this sensor, it activates that piston, and then this sensor activates the thing that we actually care about. And so what this will do is turn a constant input into a single pulse. So there we go. So now the welder resets. Now I need some way to drop the floor out here, which could be a challenge, to be sure. Do I need this rightly-ways block? I feel like I don't. I guess I do. Because I want to put pistons in that will, or the anti-piston, the nega pistons, right? So that these will hold the spot instead. Do I need one here? I think I might not. Yeah, okay. So I don't need one here. We can put a blocker in here. That deals with that spot. This should still work. And it does still work. Excellent. Now I need one. I think we can do one here. And then if I just put the Bakley-Ways conveyor here instead, I think this still works. That does, okay. Now I just need this one to go away. How do I get rid of this one? I guess since this spot's already a block, that might as well just be an extender, right? Okay, so the goal of all this is that once the welder completes its journey, it's going to drop this down by one layer. And then we send in some monitors. That's the plan. So, how do I tell if the welder's completed its journey? I guess we just have a sensor like here. Yeah, where you have like a bunch of blocks or whatever, and then there's if it's like 16 blocks around, right, there'd be one missing, so it can keep sliding into the. Yep, that's right. I like to, where I can, have the previous stage goes ahead and sets up the next stage for me, but that gets very spaghetti very fast. So that's definitely the issue with that approach. So it's like, since the previous stage was the welders, I would like the welders going back in position to trigger the next stage, but a lot of the time that just makes a mess. That's the problem. But that's the one problem with the approach, is that it's really bad, but other than that it works great. So I need to power the pistons. So that's one of them. Here's one. And there's one. So this is making use of the new pistons that start extended and then destend instead, which is not super duper useful because we can force that behavior with our T flip-flop junk, but it's convenient, so fair enough. I'll take it. Like, it's not necessary, but it is good to have, right? So, does this do what I want it to do? Oh, it's pushing me. Ah, it doesn't, because I can't spin here because there's a wire in the way. We can fix that. Alright, perfect. So that drops that out. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, is that this is taking up a lot of space, right? So like you said, we want another set of blockers for level 2. I can put one there. So this should cause it to only drop down 1 floor. Oop. There, so now it's dropped 1 floor. Now we would like to ideally send in 3 computer monitors. So I guess I need to hook this part up now. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That kind of works. Okay, so there, and then these 3 are going to go this way instead. But we want, we want blocks here and here, but we want to have a blocker here and a blocker there. Oh, but they can't go this way because there's going to be pistons there. So there's 3 of them. And then, so get rid of these. Snake these through here, like that instead. There's the other 3 pistons. So that separates them into 3 and 3. And then we'll have another blocker here. Let me connect this stuff up to just things for now. That should be a sensor. So this sensor needs to activate these 3 pistons and then hook underneath to activate those 3 pistons. And then also this sensor should activate this thing up here, which is our favorite T flip-flop thing. So I need a sensor there. Yeah, I'm going to de-spaghettify if and only if something turns out to be in my way later. If it's not in the way, it's going to stay forever. We have the option to move it. I just will not... Oh, there was that piston. We have the option to move it. I'm just not going to. unless it forces my hand, you know? So that should hold these guys. Excellent. With it holding those, I want to release this blocker when the welder gets in position. So this wire, just snake this around here. There. Actually, no, that needs to connect to the flip-flop, I think. Does this work? How long does it stay open for? Not long enough. Okay, cool. So rather than connecting to the here, it should connect to this. I'm going to pull it around because I know we were having the issue with the turner not working. That should work, I think. So this should open the first set of computer monitors. Ah, they go on the wrong side here. They need to go on this right here, not back there. We can fix that. That's going to be rotate this belt, put that belt in there, rotate this belt, bring these guys around here, and then do that. That's what I get for trying to reuse belts. Why has that not fully assembled? Oh, okay. That didn't work. Because after 2 of them, it went ahead and welded to the bottom. So I couldn't push the 3rd one on. So it's like I need the welders to hang out like 1 block to the left. We can do that. Oh, but that holds them, so let's not do that way. Ooh, you're right. I like that. So, leave these set up like this. Put those in there. This is fine to have a 1 block gap. I think... Okay, If I put a piston here with a welder on it and get rid of that welder. But I think that won't want to extend. Also, it's connected to this, so that's... I mean, we can fix that. I don't believe that this piston will extend because the welder's connected to the belt next to it. But we could drop the belt in. So like instead of that, do it like that. That pushes the welder forward though, which we don't want. But I can then move the welders up. So now nothing should be connected. Oh, what are you connected to now? Oh, just get rid of that. Oh, well, that falls then. Put that there. Why is it... Oh, or do we want it to go forward? I think we wanted it to go forward, so that was pointless. Yeah, so that gets that belt in place, but we can still push this welder, which should get pushed when this cycle finishes. Yeah, okay, so that's working now. Now the welder's in place, but we don't want it in place yet. We want to get these guys in place first. We can do that, probably. But that will mean redoing this wiring that you were saying was a terrible idea anyway. So let's get rid of these. If I hook it up backwards like this, but that does go right in front of this thing, which I don't really want. Let's see, we want to keep the drop zone here clear, because I want to be able to... Where's this thing getting built? It's these 5 spots. And then the idea is like, you know, there. So if it's these 5, why is there a sensor here? Go away. Those are the ones I want to keep clear. This blocker is necessary. Probably get rid of these wires. That piston needs to be powered from the bottom. It's also very dark. I can't really see shit. Let me hang on. Let me turn that off. Okay. So we want to power this piston from the bottom. If I snake it just like this, it won't hit this one. But I do need room for this one to also get powered. So let's actually snake it like down. Oh, actually this works. Because this one we can power like this. This one can come back here. And then this die can get powered like that. So we just bring this one out and around. There, that doesn't... Technically none of those intersect with each other. But now I need a block here to hold this belt in. And do that. Okay, that's all working like I want. And then that made the 3 long log. So there's the triple. That's good. Now we need to extend this and then retract, like, okay, so we extend that one. At the same time, we can retract this and we can open this. So those 3 all need to happen. I think it would be fine to extend the welder and retract the ooh, but this welder should just pop out and back, whereas the other 2 need to stay. Although actually, like, yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. Now how do I get this wire out of here without breaking anything? Not like that. That was a mistake. Because I think if I do the wire like this, it's going to hit the welder structure. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to figure out how to get the wire out. I'm just gonna make a timer. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks long. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's actually way more than 8, but it'll be fine. When we activate all this crap, so that's going to be this pusher. Should also activate this piston. And then when that block gets back in place, that means it's ready to roll. What is activating this? That is, which was caused by the welders, okay. So when the block makes it back around, that means that we want to release this, and we want to release this. And there's one other thing. Oh, we want to pop the welder backwards and forwards. Actually, let's put the pop the welder backwards and forwards on like this one. So it's got time to do the weld. So that's going to be this guy. Bring that this way, down one. Down another one. Up the side of that. Yep. I think that'll drop it down another stage. Look. Why did that not weld it together? Oh, because I didn't finish the wire. Yeah, that would do it, huh? Let's try that one again. Let's play that one back. Yeah, that's the. Okay, that fired. Why did it not move the? No, there it did. There it did. See, we're doing great. This is exactly as. It's all according to plan. Where can I fit another fucking pusher in this madness? Probably over here. Because I need to drop one more level down. So right now, the base is at this level. This pusher's extended. So I need to put one on this level somewhere. This would work. Right there. Is that... Yeah, okay, there. Check that. That'll work. And I think that's tall enough above. 1, 2, 3. Yep. So... but if I do that, it'll connect to that. We can come down and under roots. And then up. And then come over. Okay. How are we going to power this? So that should make it drop down another layer. There come the monitors. 2, 3. That extends and welds that. We drop in another layer. Here come the next monitors. There we go. I need to pop out the welder again. Okay, we'll build another one of these little things. There's a little ledge up here we can use. I went and scouted this area out a little bit to figure out where all the different weird little ledges and nooks were that we could take advantage of. There we go. So this block should also activate this timer. Oh. No, we should put a block in it though. That'll help. then a sensor here. This one's going to turn on or pop out the welder. So that actually can connect to this wire here. So connected that to the ceiling, loop that through there. Bring that around here, up and over roots. Off the window. So that should pop out the welder again. And then this one, what do you need to do? This one should deactivate the final thingy. The final blocker. So you come over here. And then this blocker, hear that, needs to activate on this. I think this does it. And then that should be going. Hey, look at that! It actually worked! Okay, so now I just need to get this to the exit. Oop. And then put a sensor here. This sensor is going to need to reset everything. So let's snake this around back here. Roop. 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 And so for reset everything, that is going to be these three guys up here. So that can come up here, over there, around the back, all the way around the back, I guess. Do that piston too, and that one. And then you come over here. And then... yeah, this is nice and clear. We can have it bring this way. Oh, there's a little walkway here. Neat. Let's see, and then this vertical thingy should connect to here. Get rid of those. I think that does it. I'm sure it won't, but I think that does it. Okay, so that's dropped that. It looks like it didn't quite make it into the goalpost there. It also doesn't quite look like it reset correctly. So there's a couple issues, but nothing too major. I'd say the biggest one's probably just that right there. Now, what didn't reset? There that goes. We brought in... let me pause. We brought new blocks in. That's good. We have the right number of blocks. The welder is in position. That thing's retracted. These guys aren't extended and they should be. That's because I never updated this one. Alright, we can fix that. That's easy. Alright, so this piston needs to be cycled. Bring you around here. Then around there. There we go. And hopefully the timers should automatically fix themselves when the blocks are out of the way. I think this has worked. Oh, I love this. Good suggestion on having the bottom welder pop in and out like that. That was a good call. That makes that work a lot better. Yep, agree. But yeah, good thinking on that. What I really like about this is that I have 3 welders, and they're not all 3 connected to each other, right? Like these 2 are connected, and this one is separate. And I think that's a very interesting portent of Doom. For future levels where maybe I have 2 welders that are on completely separate tracks and have to like move around the stage, and like line up in certain ways so they can make different welds. Oh, I didn't mean to like when we get to the one when I become able to move welders vertically and horizontally, it might be the case that each welder is on its own separate track. This one comes like around here, this one goes up and over, and then lands on top of the other one. They do a weld, knock them apart. It's gonna be such a mess. I think if this game had a subtitle, it'd be Infinifactory, a fascinating but truly horrible machine. I think that'd be a good name for it. I was really worried coming into these like inside buildings levels because my buildings are enormous. I was worried that there genuinely wouldn't be room for all this shit. But doing all right so far. But we'll see how if that continues. How many more do we need? We need 4 more. I think I'm not going to win in terms of cycles. I think I might not have the fastest one. Yeah, this is genuinely a lot worse than the open ones, and the open ones are bad enough, but this is way worse. Oh man. There's some places where I could have the steps happen at the same time, like, so while that welder's retreating, I could have put the sensor here so that those steps would go ahead and get in position, but I didn't do that. Let's go, 1.2k cycles. And that means I can update the score. World 4-3, we took 3 welders. Only 1.2, I mean, you know, it's pretty fast. You know, one and a bit, like, gonna try to get down to 1 cycle, but 1 and a bit, not too bad. Looks like I'm making like tanks. Actually, what was the name of this level? Drone maintenance. Okay, that sounds fair enough. So we're making these little battle tanks. What do we need to do to them? Put a new this thing on, it looks like. Any new gun? Looks like they do need a new gun. Take me with you. I mean, this one looks fine. You could use this. Okay, yeah. So, this one actually looks not horrible for welder count. Just put the 2 above it and bing bang boom. Let's see. This one's tricky because you need to eviscerate this just the right way. So let's see what we got to work with. Yeah, that's what I was thinking exactly, was double blocker, 3D printer. I think the actual welding of this is not going to be too hard. It's just getting it in position more than anything. So let's see. Once you come out there, actually no, there. No, actually this should be like further down in this like open bit. And then put a piston here. Hook them up like that. But also have a piston here. So that should... Oh, that doesn't stop it properly. Prop it properly. Yep, exactly. So that's not too bad at all. This one plays pretty nice with our current strats, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We have the sensor here. Piston here. Piston there. Block here. Connect that. Why are you still moving? Oh, I see why you're still moving. Okay. So if we put a block here, now you won't be. Boop. Okay, good. Then, so that puts that in place. We can actually just get the eviscerators in there right now. How tall is this thing? Yeah. Hey, welcome. Let me real quick show you the previous levels we did, and then I'll show you the current one. So, I'm pretty happy with this. This is the one I showed you a screenshot of. Is my single printhead solution to this mess that we made. So basically, what happens is I have the printhead is this like question mark shape, and then it's got these belts that are on the inside rather than being around the outside, so the turns are easier. So I have the welders like this. So we assemble the thrusters there. Activate the printer, it drives around this little island, and it makes all the welds it needs to in that one little loop. I basically got it so everywhere that there's a belt up here corresponds to making a weld down here. So there's nothing like, so we're not having that problem where there was stuff floating in the air next to it, except for this one sensor, but it's not in the way. And so it just traces a little, here I can stand here, and it'll shove me off the edge, but it traces a little loop around the thing. So that gets all the welds done. So I'm really happy with this. I got it condensed that much. And then also speaking of things I'm happy with, we can see an absolute fucking mess that I made here. This one we're making these computer terminal monitor things. So first of all, these two welders start in the air so they can move around the track. This one's on a piston so I can move it back and forth. This one's a mess. So these two are ready to go. First we bring in the two keyboard, or we bring in the three pieces of desk. These two weld them together. We bring in the two keyboards, and then that activates these top two welders to come around, weld those together, and then they go back in place. And then this is going to drop out this whole piece down one level. There it goes. And then we put the monitors in place, weld them together. The bottom welder pops out and welds both layers together. Then we drop that down a layer. Then three more monitors come in. We weld those three together. The bottom welder pops out again. And then we drop the whole thing out the bottom and put it in there. And then the whole thing starts over. So we just finished this just before you got here. I like it, but it's also like every single thing I build is worse than the previous one. They just keep getting worse. So that's pretty exciting. Our current puzzle is we take these tank thingies and we need to take off this block and then the three gun turret blocks and replace them, which actually shouldn't be too bad. So we just put eviscerators like this, and then I just need to these should probably be on like a piston so that I can bip boop and then destroy them, right? So let's do that. Yeah, I think you've got a pretty good summary there of of that previous level. So just go ahead and slide these back, and then we can put a piston here. So when this hits the fan, what if I just come up? I'll move this later. Does this work? It does work, but not really, because I need that block there. How about now? Yeah, that works. Check that out. Boom, and then it retracts them. So now I need to get the gun turret in. So the gun turret would go there. That's going to be in the way, though, if I move it on the belt, isn't it? How do we get around that? What if I move this more? What if I keep moving it? Will you go that way if I put that there? Okay, you do. That's good. I know I'm just driving it into the eviscerator, but like... Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, so you can use these dice to adjust the input rate, which is good if you're trying to save cycles. You can make it run faster, but generally it's already put at a perfect input rate to where the components come in at just the right rate relative to each other, and screwing with it makes it way harder to deal with. So it can not super be worth it to mess with. Am I stupid? Why am I having so much trouble figuring out what to do with these things? Yeah, it's a good way to save cycles, right? Is just crank the input to maximum and just like see what happens. So right here. Let's remove this for a second. I want to really get this thing off of this track. Yeah, I'm for some reason having trouble mentally figuring out what do I do to get, because like if when I build belts and shit in the way and I want to roll it forward, the platform that they were lying on is going to be in the way right here. You know what I mean? Yep, true. I was thinking if I could shove it over here, I can make like do this. And then line them up and then slide it back onto the tracks. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying, because you'd have the blockers stick out, put the gun on the tracks, retract the blockers. It's a good idea. Right, because it would be rather than what I'm doing where I shunt it off, it'd be more like no, not like that. It'd be more like, here are those. Oh, why did that push it? Oh, it didn't push it. These are just in the way. Oh, and then get rid of this. Why didn't that work? Is it too slow? Oh, I have it too high up. And it's too slow, but we'll deal with that. Oh. Oh, because the wire's activating it itself. Are you not hooked up to anything? Yeah, true. So something to the effect of that. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. And then, so obviously it wouldn't be on this sensor, because now I won't be able to retract them. But this kind of idea. So then we build the Eviscerator Brigade over here. Let me get rid of those. Perfect. So this is gonna fire when we see a block. Yep, they do. So this needs to fire pretty much at the same time as this crap does. And we don't need that piston. Okay, that's good, but it needs to retract afterwards. Or else I can't put in the other things. And also the belt over top of it is an issue because I want to put the printer head there, but that's okay. I could put another sensor on this side. So this sensor will activate this piston. And then we don't have all this in the way. Okay, good. And then to make this retract, I will have it... There's a piston there and a piston there, sensor here, and then so that activates that piston. That will push a block off of this. Then, oh, give me that. How do I connect the... Oh, put this on the other side. Put this on the other side. That'll be way easier. There we go. Wait, no, hang on. I'm stupid. This does go on this side. And then wire that to that piston. Hold that with a block. And then we do conveyors here, there, and there. And then that should be the sensor. And put a block here. Alright, so then when it activates the sensor, that'll pulse in and out. Just like that. So that's good. We got that going for us. Now if right here is where the poles come in. Oop. Conveyor belt here on a piston. Oh, that's gonna be attached to the eviscerators. I don't really want that. Put it on the other side. So that'll stick out, and that'll be how we get the gun turrets on there. So 1, 2, 3. So that'll get the gun turrets on. Yeah. So when you're building the factory, as far as I can tell, if the block is in any way connected to like a wall, then it thinks they're connected. Pistons are an interesting example. If I put something on the front end of the piston, like this, and then we'll use a sensor here, then the game knows to connect it to the piston, and it kind of works like a sticky piston in Minecraft, where it holds on to it there. Belts are another interesting example. Belts can connect from the sides, but if anything on top of a belt, the game doesn't try to connect. But yeah, in general, if something's next to something, you can't tell it, no, don't connect those. They have to be connected. So we're trying to work around that by leaving spaces and things. So that's going to be how the gun turrets work. This here is interesting. Because I only need one of these. And so this one is gonna go there, I think. And so this guy should connect to... Okay, well this, we need some pistons here, not there. And then a sensor there. Wire those. Do those land in the right place? Let's just make sure. Okay, so the powered thingy lands in the right place. That's good. The gun turrets need to be rotated, it looks like. We can do that. Is this case for a bit of a wibble wobble, or do I need more than that? So this is where we need one of those double piston pushers. And an upways sensor. So it's going to wire here, up and over roots, wire there. Connect that to the C. There. Does this work? Hey, it does. Nice. So now I need this to activate. I guess this could be a blocker. Also, if this is a blocker, that's going to go ahead and stop the thing in time anyway. But I do need to lower this by 1, though. That's too high. And that's going to... No, we can still make this work by putting the pistons up here. Like that. Yeah! Sunskater figured that out. Where... Because the single block rotation is a pain in the ass because it can't get off the block. But then with the... And then if you have a piston right next to it, then it won't rotate because the piston's in the way. So you have to have the piston 2 away. So by doing it like this... Then the back piston powers and pushes the first piston into where it's connected to the wire, so it can then push as well. It's very clever. Okay, why am I stupid? Ah, I got it. I got it. This is way simpler than I thought it would be. I was making it really hard for no reason. Just like I tend to do. If we just put 3 blockers up here and then put an upways sensor. Ooh. But that gets in the way of where I want to do the welds. Okay, maybe it's not as Okay, back it up. What I'm trying to do here is put a conveyor belt here so that the pieces will land on the conveyor belt and then go into place along the gun turret. Yeah, rotating is always kind of a pain in the ass because like it has to be it's very specific about what you can, like how close it can be to stuff to rotate against. But if I put this conveyor belt here, then it's going to be in the way of the thing. So I want it to be against something that can retract it. Like this blocker. Actually, I think this solves it, is just using the blocker here. I think this works. I don't know why that just retracted, but... Oh, because it... I made a machine that just keeps building and destroying the same tank. So, that's a pretty good feature, I would say. Let's see. So, since this blocker sticks out, it's going to block the tank. And then this triple block... Yeah, let me fix this real quick. The sensor over here... Wire that from the back. How do I... You know what? Get rid of this. Oh, it's gonna... You know it's gonna be bad. That's the Impossible Game Challenge's daily guarantee. Have fun, though. Have a good one. This thing here, when it hits the sensor, should activate the flippy floppy, which... Why am I building it here? Build it there. There. That will turn off spawning new things. Also, when it flip-flops, it should activate something. These three guys. Yeah. So, connect them. And we're going to bring it all the way around town. Not to that. To this. So bring that around town. That... So the conveyor belt stops it anyway. And then we drop 3 gun turrets on there. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, this conveyor belt line can be as long as I want. Like that. So we can do this, and that'll help get it out of the way of the printer. That's a few too many gun turrets, though, I'll be honest. Also, I can't help but notice that this doesn't work at all. Other than that, it's working great. But, yeah, so that's a little bit of a problem. Oh, because this is 1 block lower than I thought it would be. Okay, we can work with that. Zoop. This sensor should also pop out a piston, maybe? That's worked. How am I going to retract that piston, though? Also, these guys need to stop spawning so much all the time. So, this one, you come over here, over here, over here. That's a wall. There. And then this sensor loops back around past all that stuff to activate this stin. That works better. Wait, why didn't that work? Did I not connect it? Ah, yeah, it works better when you connect it. Let's try that. So that should deactivate those light bulb things. Then over here, same story. We'll just build it here. Piston, piston. Yeah, see, so I couldn't build this any higher because the block would just attach to the ceiling and I wouldn't be able to make it not do that. So it has to be at this level. This wire will swing under here. And then get rid of those. Bring that to the wall. Bring that over. Down. There we go. And then that sensor needs to connect to this piston, or this stin. I think that's the problem, is the blocks are too... Yeah. The blocks are too sticky. Oh, see, so my cube has now stuck to my wire here. So... Ooh, that's tricky. I think if I use a conveyor belt, these don't stick on the top. I think this will work. And we can just push the conveyor belt back and forth. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. There we go. So that has assembled the thingy. Now I need to bring in the welder, weld it, and then I need to like let it go. Ooh, you know how I could do that is get rid of you, and then put a piston, or rather, okay. If I put a blocker here, that'll prevent it from going. But then while the pistons on top are extended, the blocker will descend. So the blocker catches it. Boom. And then they flip-flop. Maybe that'll work? Maybe. We'll see. So next we want to put these in position. It is way too crowded over here. So I'm going to make a little timer. So we will add a wire from here. Once the third rod spawns, we'll start a little timer over here. That needs to go there. So that means this wire needs to go up and under roots like that. Get rid of those three. So we're going to start a timer. Alright, so what will this do? Well, I can now time things as the block progresses along the track. So, once these guys are in place, where's the block? They're in place, where's the block? This is perfect. So the block's pretty much at the end of the track. So, right here, right at the end of the track, I'll put a sensor. So, this one will activate the next stage of progress, which God knows what that is. Let's see. I think the next thing that we need to do is to move this out of the way, which needs to be a permanent change, so we can do that. Right? That doesn't sound so bad. It's like, oh, vertical movement, that's fine. And then you do it, and it's like, oh, I really just need to put that block up there. Can you just let me move this? Like you can't make conveyor belts that go like over something. They can only ever either go under it or like around it. So it's when you start getting into the spaghetti zone, which is where I live permanently, it gets real tricky because you can't get one piece of spaghetti past the other piece of spaghetti. So now those should drop out. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Because once it's down, that's like a permanent state change. You can't get it back, right? Okay, now let's build the printer welder head. So this is going to be a 2 welder level. And we want the welders here and let's say there. And then we can build some blocks. This needs to be too long. Now, luckily... Ooh. Okay, what if we do this? I'm trying to think, because we wanted to go... Basically, we wanted to go forwards and then go back, right? Like, vroom, vroom, right? So that it resets. I'm trying to figure out how to do the and then back part of the equation. Let's start with the forwards. That's easier. So that moves it as far as it needs to go. Let's put a block there. But we don't want it doing that just yet. Let's get a blocker. Will you stop it? Yeah, usually I just let the pieces come in and try to build them as they go, but since the 2 welder thing takes so much time to move the welder all around, stuff like this becomes sort of more useful. Does the blocker catch it in time? The blocker does catch it in time. So, We're going to let this sit here. And then once the timer activates and moves that out of the way, we also want it to... So that's this here. Now I need to be real careful as I snake through here that I don't connect to either a wire or to a part that's supposed to fall on purpose. But I think we're good. Snake this around, bring it behind the T, and then connect it to the blocker. Although actually I think maybe I shouldn't connect it to this chain. Because if I connect it to this chain, then that's out permanently. Can I just connect it to this instead? Does this work? Hello? Oh, there goes the cube. That did not delay it long enough. But I bet you, if I just add more sensors to the cube, I bet this will work. Like, if I just do that, that should give it more time for it to get past the blocker. Yeah, there we go. See, that worked. Now, was it ready? There comes the gun turret. Gun turret in place. There goes the welder. Alright, so that successfully did all the welds I need it to do. Now, how the hell do we get it to reset back to where it started? There's nothing for it to weld to if we bump it this way. I'm thinking we bump it to the left. Like, we bump it this way one. Let me raise this up a little bit, too. By the way, thank you for telling me where the area select was. That helps a ton. I genuinely didn't know that was in the game. Let's see. So, I want to bump this up. Oh, no, don't do that. I want to bump this up a few blocks. So what I'm trying to do here is to... I need this to clear this other conveyor belt system, is the idea. Cure that, put those on there, and then I need a downways welder. Yeah, it's so easy to just judge a distance not quite correct and end up like the whole thing is slightly too short, right? So this now puts us up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think right here. No. Here should be the spot. When we get to here, we need an upways sensor, and here we need an upways sensor. Piston there. Delete that bit of wire. And then piston here. I think this should now cycle the T. Without welding it to anything it shouldn't. You good? Have I broken something? Why did this not work? Hey, it's going well. I may have broken something, so we're checking that out. Ah, I did, because I disconnected the wire. That'll do it. Yep, congratulations, you've turned green. So this should move the welder back and forth where it needs to be. So there goes the welder forwards. And I miscounted because I'm stupid. Why are you stuck? Oh, you're stuck on this cross beam. Okay, get rid of that. Oh, now that falls. Okay, get rid of that too. There. Has that welded anything to anything that it shouldn't have? No, I think we're good. Now what did you get stuck on the back way? There you go. Ah, you're stuck on this conveyor belt. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to get this thingy past all this other crap they get stuck on. How do I get it past this? I could have this on a piston, but the pieces coming in are 1 block long. So I think the way that conveyor belts work when they're placed is if you make a chain of them, they always face in the way that you're doing the chain. So like, whoop, they're all going to the left, and then whoop, they're all going to the right, and then like that. I guess up and down they don't really... They just kind of get confused. But there's not a ton of reason to do this. So like if you want to chain like this, but you want them all to face like towards me, I don't think you can do that. I think you have to do them all manually. But like if you start dragging them out like this, it'll make them all face this way. I'm not sure if that answers it. How do we get the T past this thing? One option would be to have it on a piston. Yeah, maybe there is a way to do it that I'm not aware of, but... Oh, yeah, you're absolutely correct. Hitting Q is making them all spin around. I didn't know about that either. That's well spotted. So, one solution for this would be to have the final extender... Ooh. Have this on a piston, right? Like, And then we can retract it. Although actually I guess a blocker would be better. You mean like that? That looks stupid though. Is that what you mean? So now, when the T finishes its little loopy-doo, now everything's all welded. So now I need to release the... Okay, so this just needs to be the reset switch then. I can't fly through here because I'm too tall. Let's, let me make a little corridor I can fit through. There we go. So, this needs to reset everything. One of those things is down here. I don't know what you are, but let's reset you. Alright, what does that do? That's the one holding the thing in place. Does this work? I'm not convinced that this is gonna work. I believe that has not worked. Oh, because this is still extended. Why are you still extended? You connect to this sensor. You should connect to here. Hey, where are those? So that should still work. These guys come in. Welder activates. Okay, this has not released it. So, I have this blocker here, and then these pistons. Oh, you know what we can do, though? Is get rid of those two, and put blocks here on the piston. That doesn't quite work. Yeah, piston needs to be one further back. We can do that. Get rid of those, get rid of those, get rid of those. So by putting the blocks on the piston instead... What the fuck? Oh, because this blocker is now unsupported, so we just support it. So then those guys come on. There we go. And then we just need to let we need the blocker to let it free. So the blocker, we'll put you on a flip-flop. And piston here, piston there, block there. So, This is going to be fired by the reset switch. Zoop. And this is going to be fired by this chain. So that detracts the blocker. Oh, this isn't going to work though. Hang on. This chain fires one of these little pulse depulsor things. And then the pulse depulsor thing activates this. There we go. Hang on, that won't work. Yeah, that will. This is fine. Everything's fine. I'm making it so that the blocker destins and then restins. Is the idea. The reason it needs to be a blocker is to catch the thingy. Oh, I built this wrong though. See, so the blocker catches it, then that extends, that destins the blocker. So the blocker should let it through. Ah, but we need to disconnect this. Doop. So that lets it through now. And then we need to activate the blocker again. So probably what we need to do for the blocker activation. They're not doing the same task. This one puts the or are they doing the same task? I guess they are doing the same task. Okay, good point. I was thinking that that piston was stopped, was ready. No. The piston needs to retract once the gun has been welded on. Okay, yeah, they are doing the same thing. Get rid of those then. But this needs to start extended. Get rid of this. Alright, so the blocker should start extended. And then when does it need to destend? It needs, so it should stay extended until the weld finishes. This one is triggering a new... Okay, this one triggers when a new guy shows up. That comes from this flip-flop. That's flipped by this. Okay. And then that gets flipped by that sensor. So, okay, we can get rid of this chain. I think. I guess yeah, because this guy with the tape already. Okay, that drills that out. Those go in place. When the weld finishes, that's when we want to move the blocker out of the way. We can do that, right? The third turret's coming out too close. I'm not sure what you mean by that, unless you just mean that this die comes out too soon afterwards, which we could fix. When the welder finishes its circuit, we don't want to reset this. Yeah, so we can fix that by doing that. But what the welder should do instead is it should destend the blocker. which I think now needs to actually be a piston. Yeah. So that catches it. We drop all the stuff in. Yep, I got you. So when the welder finishes, it destins that, then that goes, and then check this out. We put a sensor over here, and this sensor is going to be the one that resets everything. Once the tank is well on its way, this will solve both problems at once. Like that. This thing here, this mess needs to reset. Yeah, this is just a matter of getting the resets in place. Now I have made a friggin' mess, as I always tend to do. Can we worm this through? I think we can. Because that should connect to this. That'll put the belts back in place. There's those. Oh, but we've shoved this off center a little bit with the belts. We can fix that by putting a belt like this. I think this fixes that. Yeah, there we go. That fixes that. And then this also needs to reset the piece input-output thingies. So one of them is going to be this one here. Yeah, that is redundant, but I'm too lazy to fix it at this point. So it's just going to stay like that. This one. That's what happens when I don't fully think through what in the world I'm doing. Which is, I've never once thought through what in the world I'm doing ever in my life. So. And then finally we need to destend that one over there. So this should come back through this little corridor. I'm going to add more spaghetti. Just for you. There. And then this one extra wire. Let me out. Does that reset everything? Okay, so I do appear to have made 2 tanks back to back. So perhaps this isn't quite working. Why did it do that? Did I not reset that one correctly? So I let you go. Why did a second one spawn like immediately? What's going on there? Like a new one comes in like instantly. Let me move. So first let's get rid of some of these. And then let me move this over there. Does that do anything? So that stops it with 1 block to go before it releases. Okay, release. Why does that come out so fast? Do I have it on like max input rate? Maybe, yeah. That's That's an issue. I would like it to not do that, ideally. Maybe it will, yeah. Let's put the blocker right at the start. So delete those 4. Hang on, let me put a block here. So I can use area select to slide these all the way over. Do that, get rid of the conveyor belt. There goes that. Okay, weird, yeah. I wondered why that's the case. I've never seen that interaction before. I guess maybe it's like if there's a block right next to it, it won't try to spawn one. But then as soon as it moves, it does try to spawn one. And I guess just every other level, I've put the thing in the right place just by accident. How come there's 2 of those? Why are we making extra light bulbs? Also, does it matter? Why is there extra light bulbs? I mean, I know how to fix this. It is weird. So where did the extra light... There's the second... We have 2 light bulbs. I guess my light bulb blockage system doesn't work. But it's fine, so I don't care. And we just... we just have the welder push the extra light bulb into the eviscerator. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. The belts and the 3 blocks definitely don't need to be separate systems. That could be one single system. I agree. Yeah, it's letting out 2 light bulbs. Weird. Well, we did it, so it's all good. Yeah, I think you're. I think it's the same thing as we were saying with the car, but the point is that we just beat 4-4 with 2 welders. Pretty good stuff. I'm gonna actually just put that on again so we can just watch it, because I need to go to the bathroom. So I think this will be a good angle. No, actually, you can't see shit from there. Let's like get like a. Let's watch it from here. Alright, you enjoy. I'll be right back. 0 on 4-1 because it was the eviscerator tutorial, so we didn't have to use any welders at all. We just had to use eviscerators. I'm back. How's this doing? Are we winning? I still got a lot to make. I'll quickly show off 4-1 here. The goal was to make single working computer monitors from these things made of mostly broken computer monitors. So I just smashed the shit out of it, and then the 2 working ones go to the get up with there. So you don't need to weld anything on this level. So we got away with a 0. Oh god, this one. Okay. I have been not looking forward to this one. I'm going to be honest. Should I even start this tonight? Yeah, no. Some would say I'm wasting the light bulbs. I would say don't mess with my machine. Oh yeah, this is like one of my favorite games. I've been dreading this. I wouldn't have started this welder nonsense if I had never seen the game before. I'm really impressed that you're better at it than me, and you haven't seen the game before. Okay, so the problem here is that we're making this, which you might notice is like the little cell that we start all the levels in. But most importantly, all the parts are fucking huge. Like you get this whole goddamn base plate. So it's really hard to maneuver the pieces around each other. So, like, okay, there we go, right? Like, so obviously that's wrong. But surely it's possible, like, to use few welders. looking at the different pieces, let's see what we actually have to work with here. So the base plate's one piece, the sink is one piece, the bed is one piece, the weird TV is one piece, and you have to shove the TV in this like hole in the wall. I think that you could get everything with 2 welders. The one piece is real. I think you could get everything with 2 vertical stacked welders. You sort of make the shape, run the welders all the way around it, except for the TV in the wall. This is what's going to concern me. Yeah, so you're right. However, consider this. The base plate starts at the level that it needs to end at, and we can't move pieces up and down. So anything welded to the base plate has to have a welder at this level. But the TV in the wall requires a weld at this height. I think we need 3. Since I can't move them up and down. If I could move them up and down, we could get away with it in 2. But in order to get this weld here and weld stuff to the base plate, I think we need 3 welders for this one. It should be a 2 welder job. Oh, okay. That is a fucking galaxy brain idea. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, I absolutely love that idea. I literally don't think we have space to do that. Because we only have this room. Like, this is the one I was worried about. Like, there's all this space up here. I think there would be space for that on one of the open air levels. But this level, all the working space we have is down here. And there's these big fuck off pillars in the way. That's a fantastic idea, though. How big is this thing? Is that even, like, remotely viable? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 9 by 5. So, like, with a space around the edge for welders. That would be so funny. I hope it's not possible because I really don't want to have to figure that out. That's a great idea, though. That's right, we do need space for the art. 1, 2, 3. What you thinking? We take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. To fit one in there. As well, this is with no conveyor belts or anything. Okay, actually, there is merit there. I hate that might work. So we make the 10 TVs, store them in a queue, and then make the other shit. That's fucking stupid. I love that. Oh my god. Okay. That might be doable. We could probably do that. Oh, yeah, this game makes me feel like a mad scientist. It's awesome. That is such a good idea. I would never have thought of that. The fucking 2 welder 4-5 strats. Yeah, this was one of the ones I was really worried about because you just don't have a lot of space to work. What is this? Why are you here? Oh, okay. I'm sure he's fine.
It's working. This practically makes it for the whole alien abduction thing. What? What do you mean this isn't right? It's exactly the same. Look at it. It's identical. You stupid piece of crap. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
I'm sure she's fine.
This would make terrible video game.
Okay. I'm not certain there's actually room for a queue of 10 TVs in this room. Because the TV is tall enough that it hits this lip. So, or like the TV wall combination, right? So I could store a couple here, like 2. And I could store some here. But there's this like lip in the way. And again, I can't drop the TV at all. Oh, I could spaghetti the hell out of it. I also, if I were to try to bring the TVs like this way, then that gets in the way of literally every other piece, right? So like I don't think I can put a belt here at all because this needs to come through there, right? So it would be in the way. I really like the make 10 TV. That's so funny. Let's see. So the way to weld this would be basically that comes out, put that there, put the TV in the hole. Not like that. The TV is 1 block too high. Keep priority, go to the time. Put TV in the hole. This is test welder footage only. Oh no, I'm stupid. If we want to use vertical welders, which we do because we have to, it would go here, I think. Yeah. That welds these two together. And then we could put a conveyor here. No, we can't put a conveyor there. But we could here, maybe? Box it in. No, that doesn't work. Box it in here. I'm just spitballing here. So that makes 1 TV thing. How many of these can we store? Let's just like, if I just make a line. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do a back row, right? Like, how far do they get? Here. So if they're gonna stop at the wall, then down here could be one of these. And bring that back across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, now we're pushing them off the belt. Let's fix that. I think this would be more of a zigzag though in the final build because there's no way to get them out of here. 3. Why is it still doing that? Stop that. There, cut it out. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe? If we stack some like behind this thing? Maybe? What if I move the welders back? You go there. Like, I get these guys, like, as far back as I can, right? So, here's the edge. So, we put them... Oh, no, we could rotate them. Which might help, but then I need to have space to rotate these big-ass pieces. We're going to build an orc, and then he will help us solve the puzzle. That's the plan. I think that's a pretty good plan. I know, like, the orcs in, like, Warhammer are, like, magic or some shit. Like, they will build shit, And then the only reason that it works is because they think it'll work. And that's really the energy we need to bring to this puzzle, is we need to build some shit, and then it'll work because we think it should work. Does this work? If I just like... Okay, well no, that blocks that guy from coming out. What about if you like extendo to here? Bleh. Okay, no, that's too big. I think this, and then also those welders are not in the right place. Yeah, they are. Okay. I think this is the best start, because if I have to, I need to dump the TV into the wall, right? So I think this is the way to start here. And then we want to pull it off of... So I think I had a good little design here for how to pull it off. Yeah, it's something like that, where it's like, because they think the weapon will work, or because they think the tank will work, or whatever. That's what makes it work, and that's exactly the kind of energy we need to bring right now to the 2 welder 4-5 challenge. So if I then put that there, this lets us store 1. So then if I then come like this... Yeah, this is 4-5. 4-1 didn't have any welders, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. I could probably... They're way wider than they are thick. So I could do something... I could stack them like this, right? And then sort of move them through this thing. And just make sure that they're all out of the way before we submit it. Potentially. If they get fully enveloped in this thing, then it submits it for me. So I don't want to do that. Like Paulo said, we could rotate them to stack them that way. But I'm worried about having room to unrotate them afterwards. How far do they get if I do this? All the way? Okay. How far do we need to go to make this work? Yeah! So, like, it definitely would be possible to rotate them. I'm just concerned about how much space it's going to want for me to do that. So we can store 4 on the conveyor belt. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I really only need 2 extra, because I can store 4 more going backwards. Also, we should have like a counter of some sort. Do these break if I do this? No? Okay. That's true. I'm also worried if I have to pass them through this thing, if they get fully enveloped in this thing, then it submits it as my solution, basically. Or are you saying get them all the way over here and make like a fucking 20 piston extender that shoves them across the whole thing? Because that'd be really funny. That'd be really funny. It's just like fucking 20 pistons like come in from here and go and just shove the whole thing all across. Let me figure out a counter. Which shouldn't be too hard. Every time we see... Yeah, that's true too. Is if we have to... Space management's going to be really, really important, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was like a like we up here would have put a sensor here, right? Or I guess actually it should go there, because that means we built one successfully. Every time that fires, that's one successful build of a thingy. And so... Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, but I can't wire it right there specifically, because that's going to get in the way of the other things. So do that, do that. Up here on this little walkway. I mean, I see a very stupid way to do it. It's just like, put that there, and then block here. Make that one taller. And then conveyor belt on top of it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, that doesn't work. That also doesn't work. Hang on, I'm stupid. Why am I having so much trouble with this? Okay. I really want this to work with 2. Like, I don't want to build it because it's going to be a nightmare. But if this works with 2, that's incredible. Okay, so what it would be is blocks here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And delete those and put belts in instead. Get rid of this mess. And then one here. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm old and crusty and dusty, you know. There, that's 10 blocks. So then every time that we make one, it'll push one out. So from here to there, and then this one here has the sensor on it, which is going to activate this piston and that piston. Extremely. I'm 12. I just like saying crusty and dusty, to be honest. This should work, right? Oh, but it's clogged up now. So we don't actually get 10 because we've made a big mess. Let's just do that so we have room to put the big mess. Am I nuts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Oh, okay, I didn't account for this. But you see the thought. Or we'll just make the last one significant. This will work, right? There, see? I powered that. Was that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There, it works. There we go. And also, it's fine if this part's roundabout, because this part doesn't matter. It's down here that we have to actually do well. So, doing this stores all 10 of them back here. How the hell what do I do with these freaking welders now? Okay, but they gotta, because they're gonna need to like drive all around the thing, right? Oh wait, also this should unpower. Whoop. Yeah, like just this block's enormous. Rotating it's not a bad idea. I don't know if it'd be more space efficient than not rotating it. You know what I mean? So we can do this mess. And then that'll allow the other parts to start coming in. Once we've got 10 TVs assembled. Blocker below the welders that drop them onto a conveyor. Yes. I like that. And then we drive the welders around. Here comes all this shit. Oh, okay. Another interesting hurdle is that the first two of these spawn very fast back to back with each other. Why is that? Seems like the first two there spawned really quickly. I think it's because I'm not blocking the spot. Anyway, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. Okay. For now, it's doing it again like the car. Yeah, I think I could fix it. I don't know if it's worth it, though. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, although it's definitely going to have queued up the second one. Can you imagine how long it's going to take to make all the TVs when I drop the input rate? It's going to take fucking forever. Okay, so we need to make sure that the welder can still escape even with these guys in the way. I would love to see this thing be possible. This would be this would be, see, they still spawned really fast back to back even on low input. I think it just like queues up. Okay, here comes the next one. You know what I mean? Let's see. We can. What the hell do I do with these things? It might be the mega fucking piston push that you were talking about. Can I keep going? Because it looks like I can go a little further with the blocks. So I need to put the TV in place before anything else. Because the TV... Ooh! What if instead of a mega piston push, we use a 3D print head to shove it into place? Like up here? So we have like a dangly bit, and it goes... like, so we have like a dangly bit on the 3D printer, right? And like a belt up here. And then it would drop the dangly bit into place and then go like this and shove it into place that way. Would that be easier than a fucking super duper duplex piston extender? Yeah, right? This guy, he should have died somewhere else. Because it's in my way for the min welder space. Come on. Should have thought about that. Yeah, so I'm thinking the welder's literally gonna do a full lap around the whole thing, and that's how we're gonna do it. So, what we're thinking is to have a blocker. Will this catch it? It does. Okay, so this also should deactivate this blocker. Oh, I'm gonna put a block here. That'll make it easier to rotate the welders. And I don't need to build a double piston extender on every corner. We'll see if that helps or anti-helps, but... There, that drops out now. So then we can have a little belt here. Does that get in the way of anything? Oh, there they go. Why did they leave? Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay, this belt needs to be one block down. It needs to be here. And then we go this way, and I'll put a block here. No, 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 no. This needs to go here. Does that get in the way of anything? No, it doesn't. Let me through. Okay. I wonder if I could do this and like just like block them with like some extra shit. Oh, but those won't be able to get out of the way. Never mind, never mind. That's a dumb idea. It's stupid, dumb idea. Don't do it. I could do double block blockers or some shit. Okay. So that this is gonna take forever to test run as well because we got to build all the damn TVs first. There that goes. So the floor should come out to like here. If I do this, because I need to have room. I don't need to do a full lap of the floor because I need to weld one at the back, or like I need to weld two on this side and then one on this side. So I don't need to do a full lap of it. So I can have it like partially in this thing and we're still okay. I just can't get it fully in there. That could buy us some more space. So we assemble. Yeah, this would take a lot of cycles. So if I put it there, that gives exactly space for one base plate before. But there's no reason to not like shove it most of the way into the thing. Yeah, that's true too, because the way that I'm storing the TVs blocks the goal. Maybe I do need to rotate them. Because if I rotated the TV, it would fit back here. Let's try rotating the TV strats. How many can I store? And how hard is it? Because I don't want to have to unrotate them, but... So we gotta do what we gotta do. That's the wrong way. That one won't rotate, but it will if I put it here, maybe? Okay, that does rotate. Zigzag them around to store them. How do you mean? I think there's room here to store 7 or 8 of them. Like behind, yeah. So there's enough room for like 4 more, but not for 6 more, because we can fit 4 this way, right? Yeah, there's room for 1 more right here. Here, let me demonstrate that. If we do this, bring it out here, forward 2, and then back. Oh no, I'm on the floor now. Okay, so I was gonna say there's no reason for us to use the drill, but actually, I wonder if we could use the drill to like dismantle parts of the TV builder assembly line. Probably not. Like if I drop a drill like this, no, it doesn't destroy the assembly line. Okay, so like I could do this. That shoves it back ways, but I need another conveyor belt because I'm stupid. Do that. Yeah, if I put this any further forwards, it would be inside the goal. Well, okay, no, that's a lie, because I have space right here for, like, one. This is as far as it can go this way. Right there is as far as it can go that way. We can move it forwards by one. Remember also, we still have to get the welders out. Like, don't forget about that either. But I could do like some forwards action here. Hang on, I'm making a mess now. Get rid of this. How many can we store like this? So there's 1, 2... Like, how deep does this need to go for this to work? So I don't think there's room for this. I could put one, like you're saying, like here. Like, if I get rid of these. Do that. I could store one here, potentially. It's going to be really hard to get the welders out at this point, but that's the price that we pay for fucking being stupid. And then this could slide them forwards as well. How's that do? I'm wasting this spot right here. Well, we fit all of them. Some of them are under here where I can't get to them anymore. Yeah, exactly. I'm blocking things now. So this here is not a great storage. Ideally, it wouldn't move until the next one pushes it. There's kind of this thing in the way, but I can give you this angle. And then I can fly underneath and give you like this angle. But they put this little path like right in the way. Because right here, this goes ahead and spits him out. So this isn't good storage space. But it would be like... Four, 1, 2, 3, 4. So doing this makes the worst possible storage I can build, where none of them will sit in place. So replace that with the conveyor, and that with a conveyor, and that with a conveyor. There goes that one. Replace that with a block and that with a block. So there's 3. We can get 6 here. Oh, hang on, it's not working. These need to all be conveyors. So there's storage for 6. Here's 6 of them stored. I almost have room for a 7th there. Let's see. There's 8. There's 9. This is being wasteful right here. There's 10. I mean, that technically works, but they're like super in the way. Why did they go forwards again? And I don't know how we get the... I can't get the welders out at this point. Let me take a look. I don't think there's room in those red squares. Hang on. The TV frame is 5 by 5 because the TV is 3 by 3. So this lip is too low. I guess I could slide it backwards. I could slide it backwards 1 and get like 2 more. Let's try that. That's okay. I mean, I like the thought. I like the thought. Because I am wasting this space here. So, what if we have a belt here? And then one there. How many can we store back here now? I think that'll be 1 or maybe 2. We can get back there. Okay, that needs more belts. I can also do some nonsense with pistons. So here's 1. There's 2. Potentially, okay, I could store these in front of those guys. Like, that's an option. Because it'll start ignoring that backways belt. How I get them off of there, you know, God knows, but... So we can store 2 there. We could put some belts here. So there's 2 back there. 3 here. Yeah, no, digging them out's gonna be a nightmare, but maybe. One, 2, 3, 4. I want to make sure that they're actually being held in place, you know? So... I think we need to do that in order to get it past the previous guy. Yeah, no, that's a good point, because I could get a piston back here and just sort of start wantonly firing it, and eventually they'd come off of there, probably. This stores 8. This is actually, this is pretty good. We could store 8 doing this. This is now in the way, though. Okay, we still built one. Okay, hang on. Is that all of them? Do we get all of them? Or are they just in like a nightmare loop thing? Hang on, hang on. What just happened? What just happened? Oh no, that wasn't all 8. They just reactivated the sensor. Ah. See, this one needs to go out that far, and then that guy pushes back into it. If I put a block here, though, can I make this one not come out quite so far? So that needs to go that far in order to get welded. And then it needs to go out 1 more. Technically, it doesn't need to go out another block past this. It does to clear the welders, but I could get through this block and then it wouldn't need to. That'd make the welders a lot harder to work with, but it might be worth it. Or I could put one on the back. Okay, let's try that. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. That now is there and there. Get rid of these. Block there. And then put a block there. That'll keep it from going too far. That stores 2 in the back there. 3 more on the next little lip. Another one here. Another one there. This is... Right now we have 8 stored. Can we do this? What has that done? That looked like that just made a mess. It did make a mess because it pushed one of them off of here. We don't want that. Let me put a block to stop that. This might be feasible. Because we can store one there, potentially. As long as the welders can still get out. That one still managed to... How did that one still drop out? Stop. Stop. There. Cut that out. Ah, I see the problem is that I shouldn't let them push that forwards. Okay, so we can store 10, but it looks like this. But could I possibly store some right here? Oh no, this is going to be so bad. This is going to be the worst thing ever. I told you I was worried about this one. I'm like, oh, I think we can do it in 3, guys. No, it's gonna happen in 2. And you're gonna hate it. It's gonna be so bad. Can we store... Because I think we just need to store like 1 more. Ah, okay, this needs to have a second belt here. True, yeah. We don't have to do the base plates in a straight line. It could get janked off to the side a little bit. Which I'm thinking we might need. What if we start letting the base plates in after 9 TVs? And then go ahead and start building the first one. You know what I mean? No, we can't because we need the welders back. But we can start assembling it. Okay. That is 10. That's 10 TVs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10. We have 10 TVs, and the welders are just about able to get out of there. I think I'm going to actually put a block on the back of the welder here and give it an ass. But does it need an ass? I think that'll make rotating it easier. So we can do that. Now, if we go ahead and get the base plate in place, which needs to be janked forwards a little bit. Did I not? Sure I did. That was like that the whole time. The base plate needs to jank forwards just a little. I think like that much, maybe? Oh, is this pillar going to be in the way? Hang on, get rid of this. Why have you... okay. The base plate runs into the storage. Could I put the base plate there first and store them on the base plate? Oh, wait, no, you know what I could do? Is put the jank in earlier. I jank it earlier. Put a block here. So if I do this, so that comes out. That needs to go 2 blocks more forwards. And then some sideways ones. No, the sideways ones need to be there. And then we need another forwards after it. But not that many forwards. And then, like, sit still. Okay, so we bring out the base plate. Ignore the other base plate. Oh, it's not going to like this. Anyway, so this should line up with the TV. No, it doesn't. Because I messed it up. What if that was a conveyor belt? Because we're going to have some way to push all this shit through here, like, as well. Oh, it could be with pistons. Is this it? Does this line up? Almost. So 2 more this way, but there's a... Okay. To line this up with the base plate, we need it to come 2... We need this little string to come 2 more out. But we can't do that because there's this pillar in the way. I could jank it even further forwards, potentially. How big is the base plate? We decided it was 9 by 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the base plate. That goes here. That's the base plate. So we know it needs to go this way 1. Where that? That looks like that works. And it looks like we just hit the pillar. Am I off on where it needs to go? I mean, we'd have to send a bunch of shit around, like, back here. But we could do that, I guess. Why did you... Oh, you started coming out. Did this fall off at the right point? It did. So that should work if we end up with the base plate right here. Let's see, and then one of these guys can go right there. To slide it forwards. Yeah, there we go. Now it needs to go forwards 1. Do I have room to maneuver the base plate if I do that? I don't think I do. I think at this point the base plate won't come out. Why am I doing this? I don't remember what the goal was. So, what was I trying to do? Anyone remember? I don't remember what I was doing, other than making a mess. We can store like 9.5 walls in this setup. Or 9.5 TVs. No, I've zoned out too, and I'm building it. Okay, so the problem is that if we store all 10 TVs in such a way that the welders can escape from their little prison... Hang on. Okay, no. I was thinking maybe it would connect through back here, and it doesn't. Ooh, hang on. Okay, hear me out. What if the welders come, like, all the way around back here, and then, like, back here, and then, like, around the back, and then we can store the 10th TV in this space right here, right after we build it. So, like, block that there. So instead of bringing the welders forwards, we bring them all the way around the world. Yeah, so that stores... We have 10 TVs stored right now. Exactly. I can put a piston here, or I guess a blocker here. And we'll just hook that up for now. Now we want to bring the welders... Yeah, no, this is gonna be the worst factory I've built yet, by like a long shot. But we can do something like this. And so this brings the welders out to where we can use them again. I guess I should rotate them as well, huh? Go ahead and do that. So, what in God's name are we doing now? Okay. That blocker is going to hold the TV in place till we're ready. This TV is going to need the base plate to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's where the base plate needs to go for that TV to go onto it correctly. If we just extend the base plate by itself, it needs to go one in first. So we will put a block here. Nope. Here. While I fuck around with this, what are you thinking? That puts the base plate in place. Now how do we weld this? Also, I think that this guy shouldn't just activate all of these. It should put them on a timer. Ooh, that's a really good thought. This side's a little bit busy. I'm going to be honest with you. We can probably snake it through somehow. I think this works though. Let's see. How would we do this? Yeah, I was thinking that... So what I did there was that as soon as we're done, it just opens the floodgates. That's not what we want. What we want is, as soon as we're done, we push this box. And it'll start like it'll do like a lapse, and it'll have a timer going. the counter trigger a pulse and have the welders trigger a pulse after each lap around the base plate. Yes. Yep. So what we want to do here is that this, rather than being a permanent signal, this should just pulse. And then also pulse every time the welders weld something. I think you're right there. So that will be, yeah. Here's my pulse machine, and then we hook this up to all of the blockers. That should do it, and that should let one base plate sink and bed through. I had trouble with this level, like, doing it normally, because I couldn't get all the shit past each other. This is going to be an absolute fucking nightmare. Given that half the space is TVs. Why does that TV not have a wall? Why didn't... Oh, because I deleted the thing because I'm stupid. There we go. So yeah, actually, since we've done that, can we not have the other ways die and it'll just fix itself? That's the 10th TV. That did not stay open long enough to let this out. We can fix that by making this a sensor as well, and then connecting that all up. That should now stay open long enough to let them out, I think. If that doesn't work, I can add a third sensor to it as well. Yes, that has let out one of each thing. And indeed, the base plate is where we want. That's good. Does this just stay on? It does, right? So this piston should actually... Hang on, I've set this is wrong. Because this piston's going to stay extended after it goes. So we want to put a block here, do that. And then, like, bring it over here. And then we'll have it flip the two. Those are not sensors. I have it hit the two sensors there. Which can come under there, connect it there. And then there, that gets it ready to reuse on the welder pulse cycle. Is my thought. So there comes everything. The sink is in the way. Let's not even worry about the sink right now. Let's just block these off. Okay. I believe that this gets the base plate to where we want it to be. Also, because this conveyor, the base plate's so big, I think I can run other shit sort of in this space here. But I might need to have, like, walls up. We'll see. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I do like that, and let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop. If I put like a wall there, it can't get pushed out of the way. So I can do whatever I want with this conveyor belt now. Now how do we get this other shit into place? We can probably just drop it on there, right? So this is, what is this? This is the sink. That goes here. Am I able to just plop it in place? I think that goes there, right? And we need to get the bed in somehow, too. Here comes the sink. One more, and then over that way some. And also, it's getting there too early. So that's an issue. And then there. And there. That puts the sink in the corner. Now, the sink is getting there before the base plate does. Why is that? Unless I've just screwed up the base plate and it's not going to get there at all. I did screw up the base plate. We need to get rid of this little wall. Oh, I know what I did. I know what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So hopefully we just don't need to do any conveyor belts. If we do, we'll figure it out. I can have the blockers sort of push into position if we need to. Alright, who's going to get there first? Base plate, sink. That's in the right configuration. This mess here, I'll need to undo that blocker once the base plate's in position. Bed. How do we get the bed in? Bed starts here. Bed needs to end up here. This is where the welders need to have this much clearance on them. Maybe we fuck with sink. Like, move it over. Here. And then that drops sink into the right place, as long as it gets in there in the first place. So block that. I can't run bed under sink. There's not enough clearance. So that would be where bed would have to go. And there's no room for the welders, because the welders need to go here and the one below it. But I think I can make room for bed by pushing sink off to the side just like that. And then bed this way. And then there. Welders need to go here, here, and here. Does this work for bed? Why is sink one lower than bed? Oh, because sink is 2 blocks tall. Here comes bed. Oh, the bed line has blocked the sink line. Hang on. There we go. And then block that. This should put everything in the right spot, I think. Other than the TV. We'll deal with you later. Here comes everything. No, that doesn't work because I put that in the wrong spot because I'm an idiot. There we go. Okay, that's in place. That's in place. We need to get the TV in place. That'll be turning this off. And the welders need to come around. through... I have the extra block out the back, so I can do the welders along this line. We need to rotate them into position. Let's see. So I want them facing the other way. This... The back one will hit that, and then droop, and then... How does that end up with them? Up here, just... Easier to weld. Okay, that is true. I could weld that from this side too. I was thinking that if I did this, it'd be in the way of trying to get it into the goal. That was why I was thinking I needed to do it from this side. But that's a good argument. There go the welders. So, right here they need to rotate again. I've considered it. Getting all the wires in place sounds like it'd be a pain in the ass. I guess the wires could sit just above. Like, the piston would shove it by this block, so the wires are all just out of the way. Oh. Does this do what I want it to do? I don't think that's right. We're going right by this stuff, so we'll see if this gets in my way as well. Here comes this. Yeah, that puts it the wrong way. Oh, does that work? Yeah, so if the piston pushes a sensor, and then that sensor would power the next piston in the chain. Oh god, I guess that would work. I was thinking I need to have wires for it. That doesn't work. Yeah, it gives you a good variety of tools to use. I'm surprised that bottom sensors aren't a thing. Unless you unlock them later, and I don't remember. Here come the welders. Hang on, I'm stupid. Why can't I envision how things are going to turn? Like it completely baffles me every time. They're gonna come like this. That's what I want them to do. I have so much trouble envisioning how pieces are gonna turn, and I don't quite know why. Yeah, I was just thinking what I should do is go and oh, now it's just wibbling. What I should do is go and like do this, right? Just like put a block here so that it'll just drop the welders right away. You can just see what they're gonna do. Yeah, it's too close to the wall, so that's what all the conveyor belt spaghetti is. Did that not work? Why didn't that work? Who drops this shit? You do... You're hooked to... Oh, you're hooked... Just put a block here. Fuck it. There go the welders. Okay. There. That works. And then we dodge that. So, that would weld... If everything was in place, that would actually weld 2 of the 3 things. Give me my block back. If this is doable, this is ridiculous. This is like the ultimate of the fucking 2 welder meta. So there's that weld. There's that weld. We just need to make the TV onto the base plate, and we weld the TV, and we do it 9 more times. And that's all it's going to take. That said, it is midnight here now, so I probably should go to sleep. God knows if I'll remember what the fuck I was doing here next time. But, yeah, this might just work out, so that would be incredible if it does. Thanks for coming to Infinifactory. I'll see you next time, where maybe we pull off the 4-5 TV storage 2 welders, whatever the fuck monster we're making. Thanks for listening. I was going to give up and do this one with 3 welders, so thank you, but also I'm so mad that you made this suggestion, because it does actually seem doable. Thanks so much for coming. Have a good one.